Hey guys, do you want to know how to make a Gamepass shop just like this? When you open it up, you can buy items, Gamepass items, in game, and also the Gamepass items save when you come back into the game. Well, today we will show you. So the first thing we need to do in this build is make the events in replicated storage. So to be neat, we're gonna make a folder, call it Gamepasses, and then in the Gamepass events folder, we're going to call Open Shop. The next thing we're gonna do is make another called Player Added Event. Yeah. Okay. Now we're going to need another folder. This is for all the Game Pass items you will have. So Game Pass item, and let's actually get those items. So let's go to the toolbar, auto sword. We're going to get that sword, put the storage, we're going gun. Yep. Let's use this gun, and we're going to get a coil. And we're going to also put that in our game. So now we are going to make the GUI. So we're gonna make a screen GUI, and we're gonna call it Gamepass UI. Next thing we're gonna do, I'm gonna add a frame. Then we're gonna call this frame Gamepass F frame, and we're going to add, actually first let's design Gamepass UI. So we're just gonna make it, gonna add, just to make it the edge. You can probably do a little bit more, or actually we don't want too much, probably a little less. So now stretch this out, then we're going to color it just so they do. Now we're going to make a background. I'm gonna see two, actually wait, oh no, I think so now back this a little bit, try to clear, and now I'm gonna grab this UI corner, duplicate it, background. Now we have a tiny bit of background here, and we copy and paste it the back. Now we are going to change the color, make it alone. So now we have a nice little dip, and now we are going, after that we are going to make the buttons. So now let's just go first, we're gonna the X button, so the players can exit us 3. Put an X a little smaller, boom. And now auto fit, choose the font. Actually, well, we made the text go back. Okay, now call it exit typo, exit button, and I'm just gonna copy this, put it, and then get 2. I want it to be round 5, it's better. Now we're going to get a UI stroke, then make it go the border bigger. I'm gonna make this black, the color, the text color, that looks better. Okay, now should this big and there. So now we got the X button. So now we're going to add the image, make an image label, make it 3 big, and move it over here. Actually, we're not gonna do that just yet. First, just make a base plate for it, duplicate multiple times. Game item, Gamepass going, and actually we need the back. We don't need to place the back. That's better. So now we will make buy button. We'll make a buy button, and probably text. This is index 3, and we're gonna make it small. Call it buy. Make the, actually keep the background, make it green. Auto scale it. Then go take this, duplicate it, and the text. You have the buy button. So now so now we can duplicate it. Actually, we need some setting on these, and actually I forgot to make the settings for the tools here. So we're going to add an attribute, and we are going to call these at Gamepass ID. It was a string, we have changed it to a number, and put as ID. Now do this for every single one. We have number, ID, pass ID. Alright, now that we have Gamepass IDs in there, now we have also make attributes for the images here. I'm gonna put Gamepass ID part number, save it, and we are going a string, call it item, and we're gonna call this item one of our items. So we're gonna make this the classic sword. Okay, and now we will duplicate the, and so that's the middle, maybe just the other. So now let's center these to this. Okay, now we have 3 item frames that we can put an image in, but we're going to use the images in the tools, which is the texture ID, and put it in the image. So now we're gonna put a script in the buy button. We're gonna put a script. Or actually, we need it so we can get into the script. So let's first make a part. Make this not visible, and we'll make a circle part. Let's make a cylinder. It doesn't look like a circle, but it will soon. So all we have to do is go into rotation and make it 90, so it's perfectly in a 90-degree angle. Now change the scale of it, place it down, make it a little bigger, make it flat, and let's make this a type of green part, and let's put neon. So it's pretty nice. So we will also put a so what we're gonna do, we're gonna put a script in here. Well, first let's name it touch part, and let's put a script in it, call it touching actually server script for now. And the first thing we will probably do is we'll put local script, local part. We need to get the part. We'll put script.parent, then local rs equals game get service, and we'll put rep, then we'll put local game pass events f rs wait for child game pass event, then we will put local open shop event equal game pass events f wait for child and open shop. So basically we are getting the remote event open shop, which is in this folder. We're getting it, and we are going to get if the part has been touched by a player, or by a player. So we're going to put touch connect function, and we're going to put touch. I'll put touch part. We'll put local char. We're going to check if it is a character, if we're touching the player. So we're going to put touch part dot parent, and then we'll put if char find first is a humanoid. So we're going to try to find a humanoid to see if it is a player, then player. So we're going to try to get the player from the character. We'll put player equals game dot players get player from character shop. Then we put open shop fire client player. Now that's gonna find the client, and we are going to receive that in a local, which is the client side. Open and we're going to put local player equals game dot player dot local. I'm gonna put local game frame, which is basically the game pass frame. Script dot parent dot game pass frame. So we're gonna do local rs game get service storage local game pass events frs wait for child. Probably gonna put game pass event. We're just gonna try to get the open shop event. So local open shop event. I'm just gonna put e equal game pass events f wait for child open shop e dot on connect function. Then we will put if game dot visible equal false. Then game frame dot visible equals true. So if it equals false, so like right now, if it equals false, then it'll go to my screen. So let's test that. We go in the game and we see a part. We're gonna go to it and it opens up. But we still don't have the exit button script with client script to make it get off your screen. So we're gonna do just that. So now we're going to exit button, make a client. We're gonna call it client. We're gonna close client. So the first thing we're gonna do, we're probably gonna get the player. So local player equals game dot player dot local player. Then we're gonna get the button local button equals script dot parent. Then we get the frame, the Game Pass game frame equals script dot parent dot oh no game wait. Actually, we can just use the button and put dot parent. Then we'll put button activated. So activated is way better. But a lot of YouTubers use like mouse, like they use like mouse button one, mouse button down, one down. The thing is, that would only work on computer, And let's say if you want it to be on phone or Xbox, Xbox, or like basically console or VR, then it would have to put activate, and that would do every single one. So now we'll put if game frame dot visible equal true, then we'll put game frame dot visible equal false. So if the GUI was on the screen and you pressed the exit button, it would take it off. So let's test that out. So if we get on and then press X, it would get off from screen and get on. Looks pretty nice. So now what we're gonna do is we're going to make it visible in the middle, and what we're gonna do, we're actually going to scale everything, because right now everything is not scaled. Everything, when you resize it, it's weird. It's very weird. It's way disgusting. Right? We gotta make it everything scaled. So we'll get everything and we'll plug in scale. But now everything's like stretched. Everything's getting stretched. Right? Now what we need to do, we will add constraint. By the way, get the plugin auto scale light. All I have to do is go to the toolbar, go to plugin, put auto scale, and this one is the good one. It has a check mark on it. Say basically it is secured Roblox, and it has %. It has to have this. And it has to be made by Zach Bytes, right? There's also there's like fake versions of it. Well, there's other versions of it, but they cost money. This one doesn't. It's like for free. But some of them cost money, some of them so just get auto scale, then you can do all this. So now everything scales properly when you add a auto aspect. So now everything's perfectly fine. So now we're just going to add, so now we have the exit button, which closes out of the UI, and we have the open, which it receives when the player has touched the touch. Now what we have to do, we add the scripts for item. So now we're gonna go in here, we're gonna call this, take that off, and so we are going to do local player. We get the player game dot player local player, local rs equals game get service replicate store, and then we do local MPS, short for marketplace service. We're gonna do game get service marketplace service, and we're gonna do local game pass folder equals rs dot game pass. Actually we're gonna wait for child as well. Okay, now we're gonna do local image. So we're going to get the image from the tool script parent. Actually, we're getting the image for this image, and we're going to get the button script parent, and now we are going to get the image. So local item equals game pass folder, find first child image, then get attribute. We're just gonna get item, which we're basically getting Game Pass folder, then find for image, get item, get attribute item. So we're basically getting the string, and we're trying to find the class in Game Pass item. So now we're gonna get the ID. So local Game Pass D item get attribute game pass. It's not game pass. So just trying to see if any errors are gonna have. What? Well, hopefully that doesn't turn. We're actually just gonna print game pass ID to see if it works. But first we're gonna put if player, then wait. Well, actually, first we're gonna check if the player's there. Then we're image dot image, get the image, and then put item dot text because we're gonna try to get the items, the tools text the texture ID from. Now we're just gonna make a local function. So we're gonna make local function prompt purchase local has path local has equals false and local access. So this now we are going to check if let me just do it real quick so I can show you what it is. Message equals pcall function, and so we're gonna check if we're gonna make has pass equal to mps. Then we're gonna do user owns game pass, and then we're gonna put player dot user game pass. So it's going to check if the user on the game pass is gonna check, and if it does, it'll put has passed true. If it doesn't, if the player does not have the game pass, then it'll put has passed as false. Also success and message, they just check if success, it just checks if it had success of finding the game pass ID. So just check had success. If it doesn't have a success, it would send an error. So if has passed equal true, then print player already has passed. And then actually else, so if has passed, if they don't have the pass, then mps we'll put prompt game pass. So basically it's gonna pop up in your face, it's gonna say 10 Robux, and then you're gonna click yes, I want to spend my Robux on so here game pass, and then we're going to do button dot activated connect function. Actually what we can do instead is do and then it will alright, so now that that's done, we can just copy the local scripts and put them in each Bible. And now I'm gonna change each one to each of their spots. So we're gonna put hyper laser into this one. Into this game pass item. We're gonna put it in the item. We're gonna put it in. You can put basically any tool you want. If you have a tool, just put it in, and then just take the name of it, take it, and then put it in a separate game image right there. Boom. So now make it false. Now if we play the game, or if we go up to this, so now we have all our tools here. We got the sword, we have the coil, and we have our gun here. And when we press it, we got an error. Oh yep, we got errors. Prompt purchase was called with invalid game pass. Yeah, let's actually, so we're going to play red in here, check. Yep, I forgot to put the IDs. Forgot to put the game pass IDs. So basically just probably go to Roblox, or actually just let's save the game, and I'm gonna call this game Gamepass tutorial, and name it description, put that, and then save it. So now it's turning into a place. Gotta wait a moment. So now we got this this place, and let's turn on some permissions. We're gonna turn on this for the other thing we're gonna do on this video. Don't enable all of them. Just enable studio access to API services, and allow HTTP. now we are going to Roblox creator and dash go, and then go to creations, then go to your game. After you go to your game, associated items, and then create your path. So let's create your path. We can put let's just take well, actually I'm just gonna put probably I'm probably gonna put you know what, I'm just gonna put this and call it you can put your image to anything. You don't have to put it to this, which you probably don't have that image, but so just put your image here and then name your game pass. I'll name it school game pass. Another game pass, just gonna put the same image, gun, another game pass, and then call this coil. I'll just call it speed coil. So right now they're off sale. We'll put like 10 Robux for each of them. You can put any Robux that Robux. There you go. And did I do? Oh my god, sword. Why am I doing fuse there? And so now everything plus 10. So what we would do is we would just this ID, the coil ID, go back to the then oh yeah. So then we would go after that. After the game passes, we would go into Game Pass UI. No, oh my god. No, we would go to Game Pass, put the Game Pass size. Now you can go in here, then go to gun, this, go to hyper laser, and then to another associated item, and so then we would put sword and bow. So now if we join the game and we buy, did work. Oh, I already have the pass. What do you mean? What do you mean I have that? Oh yeah. Let me unequip my delete from it. It's not to buy it. I have to do this for every single one. So and boom, guys. So now if I go back into actually I have to leave. So if I join into the game again, now it should I go here, buy this. Oh, alright. Well, there's another thing you have to turn on, guys. You have to turn on security. Then you have to turn on allow safe. Then go back to the game, and now you should be able to put it. And then when you click it, it says yep, purchase sword. But now you need to actually make it so you actually receive the sword, receive the item that you purchased, because of course you bought that item. You don't want people to get mad at you to rip them off. So we are gonna make a server script and server script service Gamepass system. So in the Gamepass system, we're going to first get the player local. We're not gonna get the player up there. We are going to market the marketplace. MPS equals game get service market local RS equals game gets replicate store. We're gonna do game pass item F equals RS wait for child game item local game pass F, actually game pass E or no, game pass item F, no, messing up. Okay, no, RS, oh my, RS wait for child game pass player added, which we didn't add, we need, actually we did add it. Okay, player add equals E equals game E wait for child player event. So now we do marketplace. So actually MPS dot prompt purchase, well prompt the game pass purchase finish. Next function play, we're gonna put player because we're gonna get the player, then we're gonna get the pass ID, and it was purchased, and then we're just gonna put local backpack equal the help player dot back print pass ID print was purchased. No, what was purchased? And for comma the end game item F get children do. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna get all of the items in the Game Pass item. We get all of the items. We get attribute game pass I, because each of them have an attribute called game pass because we put it. So we're gonna put equal pass ID and was, so if it equals pass ID and was per, then we will yeah, so then we will so we're gonna give the player the tool. So print dot name just to test, and we're gonna put local clone tool equal v clone tool dot parent equals back. So now now the player should get their item when the item. So let's test this out. So we go here and then we buy it, purchase it, boom, and press OK. We have the item. And if we do the same for the other ones, the speed coil, okay, we now have the speed coil. And if we press the gun, oh, I guess, oh god, oh, I made it so I didn't, but whatever. But if you get the gun, same for the gun, you have the gun. Oh, this is the power, but yeah, you know what's popping, okay? So we're just gonna anchor it. Actually gonna make no king better. Yeah, just go to your touch part and make it so it is anchored and no can collide. Yeah, well, the can collide is off. Now we're gonna go back in here. So let's say if you leave the game, let's say you just leave the game because you know you're bored, you want to go to another game, but you know that you're gonna come back to the game, all right? And you want your players to have their weapon, right? You want the players to have the things that they have purchased, because if they don't have the things that they purchased, then you're basically ripping them off. So let's make it so local function check, no, actually just check if a player has passed. So what we're gonna put in here, we're not gonna put, actually we're gonna put player game pass ID and tool. So the first thing we're gonna do, we need the backpack in order to put the tools in. Equals player wait for child back. So now print backpack, just so we know it's a backpack. We're gonna put dot name, then we're gonna put local is owner equals mark MPS user owns Gamepass async, then player user ID. I'm gonna put the Gamepass ID if owner is on, then we're gonna put then we're gonna put print player has passed. And we're gonna just put local tool clone. So we're gonna make a clone of the tool that they purchased. Tool clone, and then we're going to put tool clone dot parent equals back and print tool dot name, just so we know which tool we're cloning. Then after else, then else if the player does not own it, then we're just gonna put whelp or something like that. I see player does pass, and then we're just gonna put player e dot on server event connect function. So we're going to receive the player. So we're gonna make a local script in about like 2 minutes. We're gonna make a local script that actually connects to that, sends an event, and it fires it to here and basically tells it, oh, well, the player has joined the game. And you might be asking, why aren't you just using, you know, a local player equals game dot players, or as game dot players dot player added? You might be wondering why I'm not using that function. Is because this function, it's like the player enters the game before the game even starts. So when the game starts, it can't it doesn't go fast enough to check if the player has even been added to the game. So this function is not really really usable until Roblox fixes that problem. But for now, we're just gonna use this because this would be, well, this is probably the best option you can choose. Player for well, actually, yeah, for I, comma tool. I'm gonna put in pair. Game Pass F F get children. So we're gonna get every single item in this folder. Do local game ID, Game Pass ID equals tool get attribute and I'll put if Game Pass I then check if player has pass player ID tool. So then it's gonna send all the information we got from the player, send it over to here and checks it, and then if the information is true, then it will give but now we have to do the final thing. We have to add in starter player, and we have to add to starter player scripts. We have to add a local script. So this is going to be for if the player has, I'm going to call this player added. So this is just to check. So when the client will appear for every single player, and what it's going to do, it's going to fire once for each player. So this will be created for each player and it's going to fire once for that, telling the script that that player is in the game. Well, the script has been created and the player is in it. So if local player equals game dot player dot local player s equals game get service storage local game pass e equals game not equals rs wait for child game event player added e equals game pass e wait for child game pass player added. So we're gonna get the event, and then we're gonna do a task.wait because if we get the player and then we fire the event really fast, the tools aren't they're not gonna be able to load as quick. So what we're gonna do, we're going to wait 1 point like maybe 3 seconds, 1.3 seconds, and if player then, so we're gonna check if the player is there, then we are going to fire the event. So now let's check if this is working. And so right now we don't have anything in our inventory, so we're actually going to have to test this in, well, actually we're going to let's just make a scenario. If let's say I make this item 1 Robux, because that's like literally all I have. I make it 1 Robux. I need if I make it 1 Robux, so if I make it 1 Robux and buy it, and then if I join the game again, I will have the sword. And then if I were to buy this, I can't buy it anymore. And then if you check the contact, I'll say player already has game. If I buy the speed coil, then if I leave the game and join back, I will have the speed coil. Oh wait, that's something else. So if I have the speed coil, if I bought the speed coil game pass, then if I leave the game and join back, I should have the speed coil. And then if I bought the gun, the same thing will happen as the same speed. So that's it, guys. That's all for this video. And Gamecraft is about inspiration and learning, and I hope you have a great day, and bye.